This is what I get with people when they come to me. Okay, well, I'll explain what I do, right? Because I don't just run a channel, I run 2 channels. I have Patriot 101, I have 4 Horsemen 101, I educate on there. I have studied the entire history of their fraud, going back to the Canaanites. Alright, so, and I also am a wordsmith, so I am a plenipotentiary judge for the Global Federal Postal Courts. So we study the language and the fraud in the language. And it's that fraud in that language that's kept you all slaves for your whole entire lives since you were born, not birthed. Right, we're all going with being birthed, right? I haven't got a rudder, and I don't have a sail, and I don't have a hull. I'm not a ship. We weren't birthed, and we won't run under maritime law that belongs out at sea, not on land. Look up the definition of maritime, guys. You guys there. Maritime means ocean. Well, there's no salt water here. That's dirt. That's dirt there. Dirt everywhere you run your laws. It's not laws, it's policy. Administrative policy. That's not laws. We, the people, have the laws written on our hearts. Right? We're born with it. We're created by light, number 1, first. In that womb. We've been proven that. They filmed it. So, first we're created, then we're born. Or borned. Not birthed. And we don't run under maritime law, we run under the law of the land. And the law of the divine only. Why do we think we have a crown? I still see people fighting to get in their petitioning to a crown. What crown? What crown are you petitioning to? They've got a crown on their uniforms. How's it a crown? Who called them a crown? What, because they had money they stole from all of us, from our generations of people? And now they say they've got money, they've got wealth, so therefore they've got a crown. So we go, oh, you guys must be a king and we must be your subjects. Well, a subject is a slave, guys. And when we petition, all we do is beg. Well, I tell you what, the divine family don't beg to no one. And no fictional crown either. Because we don't need to have a gold and gemstone hat on to say that we're of that family. Right? We are. So when we see people coming to me and they go, oh my God, they might do this and it could end up like this. Words are spells. Powerful spells and we don't know it. Gossip is a powerful spell and gossip is also a curse. But guess what? We might think gossip is a curse on the one that we gossip against. No. When we gossip against someone else, that curse comes back on you. It redounds, especially if it's someone from the divine family. Right, someone who knows they have a creator, and then we gossip about them, we gossip against our brother and sister, because we don't agree about 1 or 2 things they do, alright? We're here to educate, not to destroy people, okay? Some people don't know. I can't imagine everyone here would know what I know, alright? And it's really hard for me sometimes, because I hear the poor language, like I hear people say still person. Person is from persona, and it means actor, alright? An actor's mask. So when you say you're a person, you're telling them that you're exactly what they think you are. You're a fiction. You're that birth certificate. No, we're not a birth certificate. We're not a bloody bit of paper that some state says we are. We're what our God says we are. We're sentient, living man and woman. Nothing more. Nothing they want to add to it. Nothing. Their black magic, word trickery, it's cancelled, the corporate veil is lifted. Corporate immunity has always been a legal fiction. I'll put the fiction in brackets. It's rubbish. It's dress-up theatre, and they played it on the people, not just for centuries, but for thousands of years. And slowly they just turned up the temperature. A little bit by a little bit, generation by generation, and as each generation passed, what they did is each generation passed, they destroyed the history. They got rid of it, they hid it. And then the victor wrote history to say, we did this and we were pioneers and we're the crown and we come and took this and that. No, you didn't. You wrote history to say you did, but all you did was kill people to do it. And stole and racketeered like the very things you're doing today. Corporations do not run the world. This is not federal, we're federal, we're global federal, right? These guys have federal on their cars, but they have an ABN. ABN always stands for Australian Business Number. What is Australia? Australia's not the country, Australia's corporation now. registered to Washington DC, 0000805157 SECCIK ECTA filing system. New South Wales, where I come from, all these states, all registered to DC, owned by the global cabal, the deep state, as Trump talks about. Right? This country, this corporation now, as they've made it, is not owned by us as they think. No, they're all delusional. And they all screwed up really badly because they leave a paper trail of their fraud, and we know, and we have it all. All of it. So they can jump up and down, keep on playing that theatre all their life, they're going nowhere with it. They're all about to fall because their business, their very business they've relied upon for thousands of years to destroy us, relied on secrecy. They relied on the people not knowing it, relied upon that big theatre, they relied upon the props. And we all looked at it, the mainstream media did it, they showed the movies and they sought our consent through the movies. It's a box office movie, yay, we can go do that to them now. This is what they do, this is their curriculum. Now they're happy with what we just showed them, we can go and do it to them. Movies like Pandemic. Pandemic, what do they call it? These things were done to obtain your consent and the world's consent. And the people sat back, and it's not their fault, blindly, because we were born into it. No one's to be knocked up about it. And we just ate it. We engulfed it, we ate it, we consented to it, we gave them the power without knowing. And then, things like the word children. Dren means strength. The word dren means strength in Serbian, Croatian. And then they put a chilled on it. They chilled the power of your little ones from the curriculum starting from your school. Chilled dren. And they made them water the state by giving you a little birth certificate saying they need this to get their licenses to go to school. We need to change their name to a dead name for you. Right, we need to put it in black in capital letters, like on the gravestone, so we can own them. So you have no say on what happens with them anymore. And then that ruled you for the rest of your life from there on. The rest of your life from there on, you didn't know that they're giving you envelopes and they've got this bloody name on it, and you're going, oh, they sent me mail. And everyone says that to me, they sent me mail. I said, did they write that in your living name, did they? And they go, well, it's like this. And I look at it and I go, well, that'll be on your gravestone. So they sent you mail. Did they know they didn't send you mail? Look at these things, guys. Look at the fine details. It's black magic, it's trickery. And as soon as you can see it, and I will teach it, I do teach it on my 4 Horsemen 101 channel. And if anyone wants that, I'm happy to share the link to you. It's everything in there. I've got the files, the folders, the evidence, it's all printable. The global federal orders that we created and we served so far that were acquiesced to, including the spraying into the skies, the chemicals that's going into our foods as we spoke about earlier. Right? They've all been served them, all the politicians have been served them. The last thing that was served was to the Navy. Mark Hammond, traitor. Royal Australian Navy, Vice Admiral. So what is it here? We have a military that serves a corporation. We knew this anyway. Military-industrial complex. We have a military that believes that once a criminal, it's like bull rush, right? As soon as you get into the country, you can stay and you can just do what you like. And they sit back in their offices, collect their wage, and do nothing, eat Krispy Kremes or whatever they do. They are serving the corporations, right? That's always the way it's been. People say the system's broken. No, the system ain't broken. The system's working exactly how they wanted it to work. It's not broken. It's working how they wanted it to work. They designed it that way. Not right. That's how they designed it. Working effectively. Was. Until the secrecy disappeared. Until the evidence started coming to the light like a pimple. Until things started surfacing. Look at TikTok now. These guys know they're finished. TikTok is smashing them. We had the sleepy mums and dads, you know, they'll be sitting back on the lounge still with a mask on, black eyes from the lack of oxygen. And the little ones come home and they go, Mum and Dad, look at this on TikTok. They'll look at it and their cognitive dissonance will be going, oh, I don't want to look at that, I don't want to look at that. This has been happening, and slowly but surely, these people are being clicked. But I know, because I've seen people that would argue at one stage, and now they're coming up and asking questions in my community. It's probably the same for a lot of you guys. the culture, the belief that things are changing, but we've still got to not be lazy by using their demonic words they're trying to identify us with as human. In the Black's Law, in their very own Black's Law dictionary that they put you through their corporate fraudulent courts with, human means subspecies of animal. Also see monster. Do we want to keep calling ourselves monsters? Because they want to call us monsters, and every time we say we're a monster, they smirk and go, yep, you are. I'm a good human. Wow, you're a good monster. That's fantastic. What about a good sentient man and woman? Can people not say man and woman anymore? Why do we need to use corporate slavery titles that they give us? They can stick them where the sun don't shine. There's no way they're going to take our power, because our power comes from the highest, right? And our team can't be beaten. We'll prove that every time. Never. And this is our time. This is the harvest. And if you guys can't see that this is the harvest, well, you've been hiding in some cave. Some sort of cave. I'll rest it there, and I thank you very, very much for listening to me. I like to have a rant, as you know, and I feel good now I can yell isolate again for another 2 months.
Well, unmiked, unmuted. That was the usual stuff up of my top show, but great plans, and well, hopefully it's all recorded. And if it's all recorded, it'll be on BitChute eventually. Going to attempt playing Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. World first on the ukulele. Can't wait for that. Nobby, he's having a trouble with our Governor General's name. Samantha the Moist One. Oh, no, sorry. Moiston. I think that's how you hear a name being pronounced. Moiston. That's what a lot of today's show was about a Moiston one. And she didn't come through. Should probably just slip over anyway. Anyway, that'll leave today's version of whatever that was. I try, very trying, aren't I? Anyway, I do have more videos of the day before, actually, of the Saturday. And they're worth playing, so I'm going to give them another go one day soon. But for today, at least I tried, Amos. Yes, thank you. Yes, I did. Here we go. And yeah, well, they were pretty good speeches, I think, generally. And well, so more to come. more who? Moiston. Get that in your dreadlocked head. I think you're dreadlocked. I think I was in dreadlocks, wasn't I? No, maybe not. And get those night talks published. Night talks. Don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, that's it for a movie or a show that didn't really have a Amos in it. And you can tell by the production, yeah, I wasn't really in it. At least I got the mic on at the moment. So, in the meantime, guys, be good to each other. And oh yeah, by the way, share this around, because I'd like to see more people see it. Like, sure, the technical issues are one thing, but the important thing was those speeches. Yes. No one, even Sam, doesn't know how to say Moiston. That's probably right. Anyway, good night, Nobby, because you're probably the only one watching. Who knows? Sweet dreams and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to only go have a beer, I think. What do you reckon? Because you've got to remember, I'm not the sharpest knife of the block. Bit like a bread knife. Cut through difficult subject matter. Always leaves plenty of crumbs on the board. See you, mate.